Hola amigos, Javier here for Hum of the Earth, signing in from Manizales, a city in the Colombian Andes, south of Medellin. It has the nicknames of the City of Open Doors, named after just the kindness of the people here, and the world's coffee capital. Colombia is one of the biggest producers, and Manizales is in Colombia's coffee region. It's also home to the third tallest cathedral in South America and the seventh tallest in the world. At least that's according to what I read on Wikipedia. It also has one of the more interesting statues of Simon Bolivar that I've ever seen. I've seen quite a few traveling in Latin America. This one is kind of a fusion between a man and a condor. Simon Bolivar really did spread his wings across South America. Quote unquote liberating all of it. Some of the fathers here, I guess. This is the main plaza. Let's take a peek into this church here. Across the Simon Bolivar Plaza, we have the General's Palace. So given its nickname, Manizales has a pretty big coffee industry, but its second biggest industry is probably actually education. People from all around this part of the country come to Manizales to study in its universities. This is the farmers market area. So people from the, I guess, metropolitan area of 500, which has a population of 560,000, come to the center, which is about 400,000 people living here. And I'm sure even beyond that. So I cut away from the large hanging pig carcasses don't want people to report my video. It's the first time I've seen that, at least in that way in the market. I always enjoy checking out the local markets, just generally the places where maybe your hostel owner or some locals would tell you that it's not safe to go. The authentic places where you can see how people live, how they wheel and deal, how things really happen. Manizales' third biggest sector is call centers and the, I guess, service industry in general. Manizales is a very mountainous city. If you spend any decent amount of time walking it, you're gonna get a workout out of it. Thankfully, like Medellin, there's a cable car system. And the cable car goes from downtown all the way to the bus station at the beginning of town, or vice versa. So making it easy for people coming in and doing business in Manizales. And to make it pretty easy for the people living here. Nothing playing on TV. So I take it for the cable car as only 1,900 pesos, which is like 70 cents US. Pretty good deal, and a pretty good way to see the city. If I understood correctly, this is a bullfighting stadium. I don't know how often they use it, but I do know that once a year there's a big festival here. I believe it's the second week of January. And there's bullfighting that goes on at that point. And naturally it is a controversial topic. So we've seen some pretty nice views today. I'm saving the best for last. The Chipre neighborhood, which is the highest point in the city, where we're going to now. I believe there's going to be a few things worth checking out on the way before we get there. Such as the Parque del Agua, Palacio del Bellas Artes. Let's take a peek. Here we have a monument dedicated to the 20 or so original colonizers of Manizales. They came north from Antioquia, which is the region around Medellin, and given that there were no roads at the time, it was a very difficult and dangerous mission. I certainly believe it, given that I felt like I was going to die just bicycling up here. The 20 colonizers or so that first came here to Manizales in the mid-1800s were of Spanish descent, which meant that the city for the longest time had a pretty pale complexion until people started to migrate over because of the quality of the education offered here. So this is the highest point in the city. Fortunately, my timing could be a little bit better. It's mid-October right now, which is the rain season, and it's the end of the day. So this is kind of normal that things would be cloudy up here. So apparently on a clear day, this is one of the best spots for watching sunsets in Colombia. Definitely believe it, but I don't think I'll be returning this evening because clouds typically block out beautiful sunsets, unfortunately. Small chance I might return in the morning. Mornings are usually the clearest time of the day, but I'm not sure because there's a good chance that tomorrow I will be heading out to Pereira. Things are clearing up a little bit now. Pretty nice.
in some places Manizales looks like Medellin, the vibe here is very different. People are much more relaxed. I found Medellin to be a lot more intense. Go, go, go. I mean, not as much as like New York or something, but relative to Colombia. Here, things are muy tranquilo. And I'm sure that you've noticed in the video, it's a absolutely beautiful place to be in the world. I was here as part of my first bicycle tour from Canada to Argentina. And while I was in Colombia, I saw a lot of cool places, including Cartagena, Santa Marta, Rio Hacha, Valledupar, Bucaramanga, San Gil, Bogota, Medellin, and there's some places that I think are going to be pretty awesome coming up as I continue south down the coffee region, places like Pereira, Armenia, then eventually going to Salento, then Cali, Popayan, then on to Ecuador. So if you're interested in seeing any of those places and the videos I've made, you can either head over to my website, followthehumoftheearth.com, where I have an interactive map where you can see the posts and the videos I've made for each place I stopped. Or you can head over to my YouTube channel page, so the home page, click on the search button, type in the name of a city or a place that you'd like to see, and then hopefully something will show up. Or you can go through my playlists on my YouTube page, choose the Colombia playlist, and just kind of peruse through and see what strikes your fancy. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. So if you like to follow my continuing adventures, you can do so by subscribing to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red button below the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tour of Manizales. I had a great day. Peace.